Hello my dear students, once again I welcome you all to your history online class. So again in today's online class we will mainly focus with your fourth chapter of Indian history, that is known as Changing Face of the Indian Democracy from the year of 1979 till 1986. So in today's class also we will mainly focus with 4.2, that is talking about the demand in the northeast. So if you have seen the first part of the video of this chapter, there I taught you regarding the state known as Assam, who also were having a lot of demand, mainly talking about their land, that it was a land for only the Assamese or the people those who are speaking in Assamese language, and how they wanted to put all the immigrants out of their state, and lots of action, lots of different types of like ASU or organization was formed. So similarly in today's class also we'll focus with two more northeast states of India who also had got certain kinds of demands for the people of those respective states, and talking about the first Nagaland and second Mizoram. So let's start the class. So first we talk about the Nagaland's demand for autonomy, where we see that the Naga people who actually wanted to restore all their power, their kind of tradition, their culture, at the same time the basic facilities or the rights that should be given to a particular state. And we see that in the year of 1918, when the First World War got ended, the same year we see that Naga Club organization was formed. Why club? Because even they had got certain kinds of aims and objectives, perspective regarding their tribal people and people those who are residing in those kinds of region. And later it got converted into Naga National Council, also talking about the NNC. So after that we see that how they actually wanted to restore the Naga's power. How? By getting all kinds of power, facilities, basic amenities, rights, and that was the main demand for the Naga tribal people. And next we focus the year of 1946, where we see from the Naga National Council a particular leader was formed known as A.N. Pijo, who was later on given the post as a chairman, and he had to deal with all the aims and objectives of the NNC, and the aims of having Naga home rule look for the Naga tribal areas. So overall the main aims of NNC organization was to have the area for the Naga people, the tribal people, with having a basic rights and the facilities that would also solve lots of problems that the people of Naga were facing during those time. Next we see that under the leader or under the chairman A.N. Pijo, how they also boycotted the rules and the regulation or the laws and order that was been formed by the government, and they followed the disobedience movement. They will disobey the central government with whatever the policy that would they form for the Naga people, but they would stick with the same their demands to get a tribal area for the Naga people, and even they did not participate in the first general election which was held in the year of 1952. After that we see talking about the July 1956, the year which mainly talks about how the government declared that Naga Hill area as a disturbed area. Why? Because the Naga people mainly were stick with their plan, with the aims, objectives, programs of having a particular area only for the Naga tribal area. And when the central government made certain kind of policies, schemes which did not got affected or where they did not got a good response, and they finally thought of making Naga Hill area as a disturbed area. Next we see that the later year days, how Naga National Council, the main organization of the Nagaland people, it got divided into two parts. First talking about the moderates who mainly use the constitutional method, and second the extremists using all violent method in order to achieve their aims, objectives, or the program that they were been wanting to achieve from the government. And we see the year of 1957 also, where Naga Hill district they got separated from Assam. Actually during those time Assam was one of the huge area, and under Assam small areas was been separated. It was been given mainly for the Naga people, some parts to the Mizoram people, and so on. So finally they got separated from the Assam state in the year of 1957, and after the year later on years 1963, we see that Nagaland became one of the Indian states, adding to the number of list of the Indian states during those time. So that was the topic mainly for the Nagaland, the autonomy, the NNC organization, before it was Naga Club, and finally talking under the chairman what kind of role, what kind of contributing part mainly in order to achieve the year 1963 when Nagaland became a part of Indian state. Next we'll focus on the other northern eastern states of India known as Mizoram. So even the Mizoram, similar like Nagaland and Assam, even they had got certain kind of demands. They also were wanting to restore a kind of power and the land for themselves. And we talk about how the Mizo Hill district of Assam stood as one of the main barriers for those kinds of Mizoram people. So that became one of the classical ways how to talk on those kinds of issues. And during those time in the Mizoram, there was a leader known as Lal Denga who had got a very good contact with the East Pakistan. And the year we see 1972 when finally Mizo National Front was formed, MNF, and even they kept lots of aims, objectives, their program, what are the weapons or what kind of thought they actually wanted to put into their program, put into their ideas in order to make themselves or their state, their areas as one of the main state of India. And with all such kinds of like leader of Lal Denga and many other leaders that also emerged, and finally it was the year of 1987 when it was declared that even Mizo people, they would get a new state under the Indian jurisdiction known as Mizoram, for the adding one more new Indian states in India in 1987. So that was overall the short topic for Mizoram. I hope you have understood for today's class. Till then, stay safe. Thank you and God bless.